Amid heightened tensions with Pakistan after this deadly terror attack in Pahalgam that killed 26 tourists, the government of India has announced a nationwide civil defence mock drill on the 7th of May, as in tomorrow. Now, the Ministry of Home Affairs has instructed 244 districts to conduct these exercises, which will include blackout simulations, air raid sirens, evacuation drills and public training sessions to prepare for warlike emergencies. You must note that officials clarified that the drill is not a signal of immediate conflict, but part of broader civil defence efforts. Now, civil defence measures like these were commonly used during the Cold War, but at that time, countries prepared for possible air raids and nuclear attacks by running blackout and evacuation drills. Now, with renewed tensions and security risks, these measures are being revived in India. Meanwhile, the Union Home Secretary Govind Mohan is also scheduled to hold a meeting with Chief Secretaries of States through video conferencing regarding the civil defence mock drills. My colleagues Nazir and Aishwarya have been tracking the finer developments for us. Nazir joins us live at the moment. Nazir, the order has come hours after Pakistan conducted its second missile firing test in 2 days under exercise Indus, as Shiv was reporting. This is amid rising tensions with India. What details can you disclose currently?
Well, in such a situation, when armed forces are ready for any eventuality, people have to be ready for any eventuality. And this is first time since 1971 war that civil defense drills are being carried out across country in the areas which have been vulnerable to the Pakistan in the past. So in Jammu and Kashmir also, these mock drills will be carried out tomorrow. But I'll see you what prelude to those drills, what's happening here at the Dal Lake. It's the SDRF, they are conducting mock drills here at Dal Lake today, though they were already planned, but it has a significance because what is happening in the given situation, how to carry out rescue operations in Dal Lake. For example, large population is living in the lake, inside lake, in houseboats and other houses. So what could be the contingency plan in such situations? So that's what the SDRF are preparing people and carrying out mock drills here at Dal Lake today. So this is one of the things how people are getting prepared. But on the ground, we have seen whether a line of control where we have seen ceasefire going on, violations going on for last 12 days now, 12 nights in fact. So it's not effectively there's no ceasefire, because when we talk about violation, it has to be aberration, not the rule. But the firing along the borders line of control has literally become a rule every night. Guns start roaring along the line of control, and army has said that they have responded proportionately. Pakistan has used small arms, so has the Indian army. But fortunately, there has not been any, damage of life or the property in these, incidents, in this firing. You can see now, they are throwing the rope here. They have just thrown the rope so that if somebody falls in the lake, so how can he be rescued? So these are some things which are happening. Now they are just pulling the rope. So you can see, these are some of the things which they are preparing themselves and the people for any eventuality in Kashmir. I was talking about the line of control where people are again preparing to themselves to live in those horrible conditions when they have to live in the underground bunkers along the line of control. Perhaps there are community bunkers. There are individuals families have made underground bunkers, because before February 2021 renewal of ceasefire between India and Pakistan, there was a very bad situation along the line of control. And I remember even before 2003 ceasefire, when then Prime Minister Vajpayee offered a hand of friendship to Pakistan, and that actually gave a huge relief to people living near the line of control and borders in Jammu and Kashmir. But now that the shadow of war, a shadow of conflict is looming large, and it's the people living along the line of control who mostly bear the brunt. And here in Srinagar also at Dal Lake, the SDRF is preparing, which is a prelude, as I say, curtain raisers for the tomorrow's mock drills. So Jammu and Kashmir has always been when it comes to its militancy, it has borne the brand, or it is conflict between the two countries, it has borne the brand, whether it is the line of control or people living in the mainland here. So on the ground also, I can tell you, it is now 2 weeks, after the massacre in Pahalgam, and security forces are engaged in one of the longest actually anti-terror operation there. But so far there has been no success against those who are behind that horrible massacre where 26 innocent people were killed. So that is the situation here on the ground. As we see, there's no conflict appear to be spiraling, and we see it is escalating spiral along the LOC and the diplomatic also feud between the two countries, as we have seen it at the United Nations Security Council last night, and how both the countries traded charge against each other, and India has clearly said that how Pakistan is directly responsible for terrorism and militancy and killing of innocent people here. And Pakistan on its side is talking about what they say, always talk about Kashmir dispute, what they talk about their sovereignty, and saying they will hit back if they are being targeted, but at the same time saying they condemn the Pahalgam terrorist attack and are ready for any neutral probe. That is something they have always been talking about, but India has made its position very, very clear when it comes to terror.
As always, Nazir, thank you so much for joining us with that ground report. As my colleague Nazir Masoodi is reporting, there are mock drills that are currently happening in Srinagar at the Dal Lake. In the wake of repeated ceasefire violations by Pakistan, people meanwhile living in border areas of Jammu have started cleaning and preparing community bunkers to stay safe from cross-border threats, as Nazir has detailed. In fact, many villagers are also busy harvesting their crop. Some have already finished because of the fear of cross-border shelling. That's as far as Srinagar is concerned. Let's also get in more clarity as far as the mock drills across the country are concerned with Aishwarya. Aishwarya, we are aware that this move is aligned with the centre's long-term strategy to boost civil preparedness. But just take our viewers through what people may experience during these mock drills, the blackouts tomorrow as in the 7th of May.
Well, the Ministry of Home Affairs have directed the states to conduct civil defense mock drill on May 7th. And in regards to that, let me tell you, it would be the Home Secretary who would be meeting the Chief Secretaries of different states and union territories today via video conferencing. There would be the officials from the MHA who would be also part of it. 244 strategic locations had been selected to have these mock drills. These are strategic districts across the country which had been selected. Let me show you these live visuals from the Ministry of Home Affairs as well, where the meeting will start very shortly. But as you asked, the exercise aims to enhance preparedness in the event of hostile attack. That includes the following measures. Of course, the directions that have been given by the MHA has stated that activation of air raid warning systems. There should be training of civilians, including students, in basic civil defense techniques. There should be implementation of crash blackout protocols, early stage camouflaging of critical infrastructure and installation to test functionality of control rooms and shadow control rooms, cleaning of bunkers and trenches, updation of CD plan and rehearsal. These are many guidelines that had been given by the Ministry of Home Affairs to different states, where yesterday the directions had been given. Officials from the MHA and NDRF would be also present in this meeting, which Home Secretary will be taking with all the district magistrates of 244 strategic locations as well. The chief secretaries of different states will be joining this very important meeting just ahead of the mock drill on 7th of May.
Aishwarya, thanks so much for joining us with the latest details. Last such drill was conducted back in 1971 when there was a war between India and Pakistan, in which the latter was defeated and Bangladesh was created. We'll keep tracking all the latest as far as the mock security drills are concerned.